the whole, I guess, is greater than the sum of the parts, because it's just a monster.
It's not marketing.
I know, it's a monster.
It's word of mouth.
Everyone, all of my friends, people. It's so popular that people that I would expect would never be in IPAs, the typical people that I would see drinking a Coors Light or or maybe something like cocktail, right? They go right in. They say Fiddlehead. Non-traditional beer drinkers are drinking this Fiddlehead.
Yeah,
I mean, it's unreal. I mean, for me, it's great. Obviously, we're talking. If you're talking from a business sense, I'll sell as much as people want. And I mean, they really line up for it. It's amazing.
And, what's funny is I've never even heard of Fiddleheads until the beer came out. And then my girlfriend's like, "Oh, they're great when you fry them up."
Fiddlehead Ferns, yes. Yeah, and you got to get them before they sprout.
Yeah, she got a bunch, and I tried. Not good. It wasn't for me.
I've never really had them. Just the last couple of years we harvested some, and I tried a little bit. I guess with garlic and butter. It's sort of like a spinach.
Yeah, with salt.
It's sort of like a spinach, but I mean, how good is spinach anyway?
I like. What's funny is maybe it would be the same with Fiddleheads. I like spinach raw. I like it on my salad. Not a lot. I like a little bit. I like, I like spinach. I just don't like it cooked.
No?
So maybe it's the same thing with Fiddleheads. Maybe I love Fiddleheads. Do you think? Excuse me. Do you think they would use Fiddleheads? They use Fiddleheads in their beer?
No. Although I can't say for certain, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't know if. I don't think that would be something. I think they used the name and made it, clever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously they did something right with the beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still in awe. I can't explain it. It's been like that for probably like a year, and it hasn't slowed down.
Yeah.
I finally met him.
Oh, did you?
Met.
What was that like?
You know what? The worst part was I was really busy working.
Oh.
Working the floor. My partner Eric had an opportunity to spend some time with him, and he said, "These guys are our speed. They're right up our alley." Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to spend much time.
They came
I'd
here?
like to. Yeah, they came down. Finally they said, listen, we probably should go down and visit these guys that are, selling our beer like hotcakes.
Yeah.
So they came down. I mean, I had an opportunity to meet them. Very nice, but it was just like, hey, how's it going? I'm sorry, I gotta.
20 North Broadway is the first time I ever had Fiddlehead.
Yeah, when we picked it up, we picked it up from DiCrescenti as soon as it was available.
Yeah.
So we were one of the first places to get it. Not, a lot of places would have never heard of it or what's this. They were reluctant to put it on tap.
Yeah.
But of course, we had it when we were traveling up to Burlington, and as soon as it was available, we were right on it and loaded up. And it's been, like I said, it's been the best-selling beer we've had since.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing.
It's it's funny what actually made me want to get the beer. It's the guy next to me ended up getting it, and I seen the color of it.
Yes.
And I was like,
yes.
I gotta try it.
Very light, and it's cloudy, but it's not like...
it's a thick... Yeah. It's nice.
It's like it's got some body, I would say. Yeah, it would definitely appears that way when you look at it. And you say, so many people are ordering it. You look over and you say, man, there's got to be something.
Yeah.
If all these people are, grabbing it, there's got to be something to it.
Yeah.
I haven't had anybody disappointed.
No.
Nobody's ever said, ugh, you know what? I'm not really into this. Everyone's been, thinking it's pretty solid.
What's funny is you can drink a couple of IPAs too. You get 2 or 3 in, and you got it like I need like a glass of water.
Yeah.
So I need something. Those you can just drink them.
Oh, let me tell you, I watch it. I see it. Trust me, I see it. These people can't get enough.
All right, so we were talking about some of the breweries locally. I'd like to touch a little bit more about that. How lucky we are to have what we have. You have a beer. Unfortunately, we didn't get an opportunity to taste test today from Single Cut. We have Great Flats over here.
Yes, I was going to mention that. Great people.
How often do you get their beers in here?
We don't get them a ton, but we have a very good relationship with those guys. Just because they are so close.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally like
your beer's good.
2 blocks over, and it is. It is. As much as I'd love to spend more time, going over there and doing that, essentially, ultimately, I'm working a lot, here, and don't get a chance to go out there.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, at this time, I couldn't pick and choose any of the beers and specifically that I would say are good or not good.
Yeah.
And also, like you say, it's not just Great Flats, but there's probably 6 breweries within a couple miles of here. You know what I mean? And you want to say to yourself as a local establishment owner that you want to give everybody a chance. You don't want to say I just want to go with Wolf's Hollow, or I just want to go with Mad Jack, or I just want to go with what else am I thinking of? Unfortunately, my brain isn't working that well.
Well, we got
too much of that out-of-state stuff.
Adirondack. We've got
Adirondack. That's up in Lake George. I'm saying I want to say literally in the Scotia, Schenectady, area. I mean, hell, I got 3 of them on tap, and I can't even remember.
We got Rare Form in Troy.
Yep.
That's actually I didn't just move. I moved a year ago to Troy. Girlfriend owns a house in Troy. I've been there. We've been to, obviously, there's Browns.
Oh, we got Frog Alley now.
Frog Alley. Love Frog
Alley. They make good beer.
And they make a lot.
Yeah, they don't mess
beer.
around.
No.
Yes. Yep. Frog Alley. I can't believe I couldn't think of that. They're literally like 3 blocks over.
And we got Kelsey Grammer, who's been using them to brew beer.
Yeah.
Either way, we've got a lot of breweries in our area. We're very blessed. What I'd like to do is at some point in time be able to have some special guests where we get a lot of those guys that come in, some beer distributors.
And a lot of those guys from those breweries are really nice folks.
Yeah.
It's like the kind of guy you're just like, or girl, that you say to yourself, this guy, is real down to earth, and they're successful, and I like to see that. You know what I mean? And almost any one of the beers that you'll get from any of those places are pretty good beers. It's not like they're going to put out a bad product. They obviously know what they're doing. And I mean, even a bad beer is not that bad. Almost any brewed beer that we've dealt with from anybody locally is well done. They haven't just slapped together a bunch of ingredients and said, "Here, give this a shot." They tested it. They marketed it, and they did a really good job. Almost anybody's beer that I've had locally has been of good quality. They're not using cheap ingredients.
No.
They're not using shortcuts.
They're guys like us.
Yeah, what I mean. They enjoy it. They truly enjoy what they're doing. Yeah, and that shows when you're making a product, any product, not just beer, but anything you do, a service product. If you enjoy what you're doing, it's obvious that it makes a better product.
Yeah. I mean, easily you or I or the both of us could have gone in business and have done the same thing that they're doing. And fortunately, thank God, you went into the bar business.
I was very lucky.
You produced a bar that is just a staple here in Schenectady, the town that I grew up in. I got into marketing. So, I mean, these people, like I said, they're guys just like us out there doing what we love.
Yeah.
And they're my personal heroes.
Yes. Anybody who's bringing me beer is a hero.
Yes,
without a doubt.
Especially in times like this. Maybe next week we'll talk a little bit about what it's like to run a bar and sell beer and still be able to try out new beers and introduce new beers during the pandemic. I mean, this must have been a big challenge for you.
Very much so. Fortunately, we were able to at least just sell beers, even without the bar actually being open. Through takeout, we were allowed to
stay alive.
People could bring in a growler. We could sell cans and bottles.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It gave us an opportunity to stay afloat, like you say.
For sure.
Pay some employees.
Yeah.
Give people a chance for a living.
God bless you to make it through too. I mean,
a lot of places didn't.
Cornell's.
Exactly. Now talk about a staple.
God, yeah.
Talk about a staple in Schenectady.
Yeah.
Going there since I was a kid. And
me too.
I'm getting old now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, either way, we'll save that for next week. Dave, episode 1 in the books.
I can't
Had a
believe
great time.
It was awesome.
I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, I think we did a good job. Well, you and I knowing each other, it wasn't like we went in cold.
No, exactly.
We've had discussions before. We've spent some time here at the bar doing stuff, drinking.
I'm excited about this, Dave.
It could be. It could be. I've never done this. You've been doing this for a living. This is all.
I've done radio. I've never done a podcast.
This is all completely new to me.
Yeah. So I'm excited. All right, man. So we look forward to next week, and we'll talk to everybody later. All right, so coming up in this episode, we've got a new beer from Portland, Maine, and I'll tell you what, that beer right now is on my radar. It is delicious. Dave, we also have a local beer that we're going to talk about from
Wolf's Hollow.
Wolf's Hollow. I love Wolf's Hollow. They've been around forever. District 6, one of my favorite beers. And then the third beer we're going to talk about today has been around for a little while, but it has quickly taken over at least the Capital District, as far as I know, in supremacy of being everywhere. So that's what we're going to talk about here in our very first episode. All right, Dave, let's do this.
It's going to be awesome.